I guess this video is the dark truth about a remote video editor. So recently, I've just had a long discussion with one of my remote video editor colleagues that has been also working remotely, and I just felt this immense pain and immense frustration in his heart that he's stuck at one point at his life. And this video is not scripted, but more of like a feedback that I've gotten towards many video editors just like you watching this video on trying how do I become better at video editing, or one might even ask the questions, how do I increase my salary as a remote video editor, and who am I as a video editor, honestly. So before we actually start this video, I've actually gathered what I call customer user insight, where I gather their pain points, their desires, their goals, and also their motivation. So as you can see here, you can't really read my handwriting. Even I can't read it sometimes too, but it's honestly a very touching topic, and I just want to share my honest feelings, opinions, and also thoughts about remote video editor. So the first thing that really comes to mind is that a video editor is often the most job position that is quite increasing when it comes to remote work. But at some point at their life, maybe it's 2 or 3 years, or you've been editing for even more than 5 years, and you stumbled upon a mental blockage, which I've analyzed over the past years working with YouTubers. And they often feel that, hey, I've been editing videos for this YouTuber for quite a long time and killing my time. I often feel that it's killing their own self, that they're creating other people's dreams and not themselves. They would sit within hours within the same table, in the same chair, editing the same cut to cut, adding B-rolls, adding A-rolls, and they wouldn't get the credits or even the appreciation that they need to. And this is one of the most frustrating thing about video editing, is that you guys have been creative. There's no logical answers that match 1 + 1 or A + B and you get a definite answers. It's an art. And when they've stumbled upon creating these videos just for the sake of others, and it pains and frustrates them, that one may even ask the question, why am I not doing this for myself? Or what am I missing? Or sometimes, how can I be just like one of them? So that was the first pain points that I've actually gotten. And before I want to go to the desires, goals, and also the motivation, I feel that it's really right to actually addresses all their pain points. And so the second pain points we often comes to a video editor's remote job position is that people often recognize their service as cheap laborers. It's more of like an equivalent if you're working in a manufacturing company. And why I'm actually giving the metaphors of manufacturing companies, because I've actually worked one in myself too, and I see the same repetitive thing being done over and over time again. So since I was in a shoe manufacturing company, I would often see the laborers being very cheap, and what they would just do is take the shoe and just apply the lace or glue, whatever, and just stick the outsole of the shoe, and that will be the process of a manufacturing labor. But when it comes to video editing, a lot of these individuals, they're not doing the same thing over and over again. Well, there is a specific template, like the introduction, like the body of the video, and also the outro. These things have a lot of creativity thoughts that is much more straining than the usual 9-to-5 jobs where what your job description, but the hidden truth is that creativity takes a lot of mental fortitude for you to actually output and actually put it in your editing style or format that other people can see your creativity. A video editor might even think that it's not fair for them to be recognized as cheap laborers. And I think that's the second point that I actually want to share, because a friend of mine just told me that, hey, I often get mistreated very, very equal to all the other video editors out there. And they often see me as being replaceable. It's like, hey, the competitive is just too hard. But I don't see it that way. And this is the second point that I actually want to address, which is cheap labor, that they're replaceable. And the third one we're going to next is with the highly competitive video editors. They see video editors as some part of a tool, a means to an end. They see that, hey, AI is on the uprising right now, and they can make videos out of just a text and make it come to life. Sure, AI can do that, but there's something that's lacking out of AI, and that's a sense of character, the heart, and also the creativity that they cannot get from a human video editor. And that's the third point. They feel like they're replaceable, which was the second, and the third one, that all of these things can be replaced by AI or some other individuals. They don't see themselves as growing. All right, that's a very, very dark 3 pain points that I've collected from a video editor's perspective. And this video is much more of addressing these pain points and also the desires and also the goal. But be sure to watch throughout the end, because I'm actually going to give a motivation in life, and I hope it's going to be useful for you all, especially for you trying to find that growth in your career. So when it comes to desire, let's talk about the first pain point, which is killing time, right? The second desire is a lot of video editors want to have their own business. And also, one of my video editors within the company, I'm just gonna say his initial, which is J, and he was like, bro, I'm 19, I'm 20 years old, and I just feel so depressed, and I don't know what I'm going to do with my life if this is the job that I keep on doing for the next 5 to even 10 years with the same flat price rate and not knowing where to grow. I often see my friends starting a business, investing, doing this and that, and they're succeeding, and I'm just stuck here behind my screen or laptop editing videos for other creators. And another friend of mine also said that they want to start a production house, they want to start a business. And video editors is just like human. Like, we all have dreams, we all have desires that we want to get in our careers, right? And that desires is often a deep sense of belonging, that they want to be treated just the same as what a content creator would actually be treated as, a famous person would be treated as. And understanding your desire is actually what you can tap in to actually grow. So this desire is a good thing. And find out your desire. What do you see yourself becoming in the next 2 or 3 years, or even a year from now on? The second problem is that they often see that, oh, video editors are cheap laborers. Like, you can get a cheap labor from Pakistan or India. No offense intended. I love all the people in India and Pakistan, but they also are generalizing, oh, video editors from Southeast Asia are cheap as compared to the US just because of their cheap currency exchange rate. And although it's good that a business owners might think that way, but that is often a destructive mental fortitude for the video editors to keep on working. Because let me tell you this, a lot of the problem that video editors face right now remotely is that they're too scared to ask for an increase in wage. I think that's one of the examples, which is, hey, if I increase this wage, they might increase it $5 to even $10, and it might not be even a life-changing impact, or they might increase it to $10 and I would get double the amount of times that I need to work in. While they're already working 8 hours for a single video, it might even be that they need to cut down their time, work 4 hours on a tense atmosphere like robots, and working to another video at another 4 hours. So even thinking about that makes me like, they're still human and they're not a machine, right? So that was the second desire, which is an increase in wage. And I'm actually going to touch in the point of that goal and also how you can actually increase your wage. But let me move on towards the third desire, which is, when I said that the pain points was irreplaceable, the third point is I want to be irreplaceable. I want to be irreplaceable, meaning that, hey, I need this video editor and I don't want to change him or her. And that was the third desire that I've actually gotten over the years working alongside with all my video editors, working in the YouTube industry. Okay, so now we've touched down the pain points, we've actually touched down desires, and the third one is actually the goal, right? The goal is where they actually want. And once you actually understand this crucial goal, a lot of video editors I see will increase their momentum and also growth in their mental mind, and which also can translate into their physical creativity, which is video editing. And what I often see is that the goal is to be somewhat as important, which is one of the first point was that they were killing time. And the second was, they want to start a business, they want to do that. But video editing is a skill that I see that not a lot of people can actually learn video editing. They can understand the fundamental, but what makes them special is that sense of character. I can blindly tell which video editor is editing what videos within my company without even seeing their name. And I think it's that sense of character that can actually turn you to become somewhat of just as important as a content creator. Because just like as content creator, they have this humor personality, they have this energetic personality, or like the dark jokes personality, which makes them them. And it's not just a matter of, hey, how many views and clicks they tend to create based on their video editing. What I feel the most is their feel. How can you stand out by showing what you feel at this moment of time? And that is the source of feeling that you guys can actually translate in your video editing. I think that's what makes you stand out, is that you guys are artists, just like as a musician, just like as a painter, crafting their feel into music or even paintings. Video editors can also translate that feel into their video editing. And of course, there's certain fundamentals like creating a great hooks or even having a good transition, lots of Adobe effects of illustration and animation. But that kind of feel is irreplaceable in my opinion. I think that's one of the key factors that, hey, if you guys want to stand out as a video editor, being irreplaceable and getting that high salary wage, is that please put your feel into the process. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling happy, if you're feeling energetic. And I want you to also not just feel of how you feel, but how do you feel about the video itself? And based on that video, how can you craft that emotion of your creativity and translate that into the video itself? And probably that's the first goal in hand. And this will translate to many points in your areas of life, whether it be increasing your wage, whether it be showing your portfolio to other content creators, putting that feel as someone, if you're an introvert or if you like to have a slow living of life, but if you're also an extrovert and wants everything energetic, find that niche or find that someone that can actually understand your feel. And I'm just making this example up. So if I'm selling this Rolex in another planet, let's say Jupiter, people won't even know if there's people there. People won't even know if there's what this Rolex is worth. But if you bring it to like the US, that is worth a lot. So knowing what type of content creators that you want to work for. If a content creator sees you that, hey, you're just gonna be here, like what they say, like you're not them. If they see you as replaceable, you can find yourself a better content creator or even start making your own portfolio by making content for yourself that you want to translate that feel. And I want you guys to follow that sense of directions of feel to where you're heading so that people can see that art by itself. And that's the biggest strength that you video editors have. The second goal that I see a lot of video editors want to actually have is financial freedom. Yes, a content creator might be actually paying $35, $45, and $50, but that's just going to be your safety net. And I'm not saying for you guys to be stuck in this rat race forever, even though you're working remotely, but I just want you guys to actually hang in there so that you can actually have money to support your basic daily needs, whether it be for your rent, whether it be for food, shelter, or family reasons, right? But as you grow on towards your career opportunities, I just feel that it's right to actually build your portfolio. Sure, your first content creator, working for this content creator sucks, or working for this industry sucks. You might even be working for 6 years, or you might even be working for 1 year. But please hang in there so that you can actually have some basic experience. I think people always see the bad things in life, but I want you to see that there's always something good, even though it's that dark. And the second thing is to achieve this financial sense of freedom. I want you guys to actually share values. Like a lot of video editors, the way that I see it is, yes, they have a sense of feel, they want to exert their creativity, but they just forgot to share. I think sharing here is the main keyword that I actually want to share today. Sharing is giving value. Your skill set is what others seek in a video editor. Sure, there are tons of video editors out there, Eggy, but why am I special to share? What makes me special to share? Is that your feel? I think this is what AI cannot change. It's your sense of perspective. The way you see things that other people, not even machines, can see is that priceless value that you can actually share. So let's imagine this. I'm seeing a Lamborghini with a yellow car. My video editor will probably say, hey, I'm not just seeing a Lamborghini. I'm seeing a very aesthetic, pleasant car. So that's a very different angle towards what they're sharing. And sharing that thoughts on why they see that aesthetic, pleasant car, there's a whole lot of anatomy behind that, right? And the way they think, okay, sharing the fundamentals, but actually sharing what makes them special, or how can someone be special, is also sharing to an audience. Sure, you can make that in TikToks, you can make that in Instagram Reels, or you can actually share that as a part of a course. The opportunities here are great for a lot of video editors. And a lot of video editors, they just see this specific sector as, hey, I'm just gonna work, get money, and play around with my time. And they repeat that cycle again. Hey, I'm gonna wake up the next morning, edit one video, and I'm gonna go out with my friends, right? But I actually want you to shift this paradigm where you actually, okay, work for yourself to support that daily needs. But actually, the third part is what you call sharing. How can I help one video editor who's just beginning through social media, such as TikTok, such as YouTube, such as Instagram Reels? And maybe your first video sucks because you actually don't know how to publish a video, but your editor editing is great, sharing how-to tutorials video, review videos, and you guys are very enthusiastic about camera, filming, or reviewing about a specific movie. That's all your sense of field that you're actually giving out to the audience so that they can understand you more. And I think this financial freedom is achievable by giving, and actually sharing your skills so that others can grow as well. And that way, do not just think about the money. Think about how much value you can give towards other people, and the money will come on later onwards. So that's the second goal that I actually want to, give out to you watching my video so far. And the last goal is that how to stand out from the rest of the crowd, right? So I've talked about sharing and how do you stand out. All right, so if a video editor suddenly start sharing their stuff, that's a lot of competition and how to stand out. And I think this is a misconception that, hey, there's always going to be someone better than me. There's always going to be someone better than me. And the realistically truth is that, yes, there's going to be someone better than you, but it doesn't mean that you're not standing out. You're standing out in a way of your own. People have their own success stories, but you also have to believe in your own success stories. It's not about the competition. So a lot of these things actually relates and have patterns over them. And that's basically the goal, which is the third goal that I want to share to you guys today. The truth about remote video editors. And the last one is motivation. I've talked about the pain points, I've talked about the desires, I've talked about the goals, and what is the motivation in you? So that is a question that I should ask you. What is your motivation after hearing me talk for, 15 to even 20 minutes right now? So what is the motivation in your heart? Which is, are you going to show that creativity, passion, and also feel in your video and share that value towards that audience of yours? It could even start small, from your family, from your friends, and maybe to your colleagues. And what makes you stop believing in yourself? Why are you being so hard on yourself that you're thinking you're not standing out? The motivation here is, I think in every work that you do, I think it's best to start putting your feeling first. And how can you mix those emotions into the video that you're making? It's not about everything has to be in a pattern. Not everything has to be logical. Not everything has to be great. But I think it's time for you guys to see things in a different way, which is you guys are treating editing videos for content creators, for business owners, for a lot of other people filming their videos in a way that is structured, patterned, boring, and you're setting that up for yourself. When was the first time you begin editing video, and where has that fire or passion run away to? The more you edit videos, the more boring you become, but that passion was always there from the beginning. And I think starts recollecting those memories or where you fell in love with editing videos. I see a lot of video editors losing that spark. I actually want you guys to reconcile on the thoughts, on those memories the first time you start publishing your first video, whether it be sharing through Instagram story or capturing a specific moment that you feel was great, or highlighting your moments that you feel was great, and you fell in love with video editing ever since then, not just a means to make money. And the second one is financial freedom. I want to give this motivation. If you're not sharing towards the rest of the world, you will never achieve financial freedom, because I believe that financial freedom is always attainable when you give, and actually you will take some and reap your harvest. Just like as we put in seeds waiting for the plant to grow, to bear fruits. And a very biblical approach to this was that, if you actually work hard on your harvest, you will reap it. So that's the same thing as a video editor. You should give out your value. Fall in love with your passion again. Give out with your value. And over time, I just believe the more you put into your field, your sense of creativity and also purpose in life, you will actually achieve that by sharing towards the world, not just keeping it by yourself, saying that I want to become irreplaceable. I'm the only one who wants to have the skills. I think that is a very wrong mindset to have. And the third motivation I want to give out towards all the remote video editors is that standing out, it's just a stubborn feeling that you guys have in envying other success. And I don't know if it makes sense or not, but it's all in the mindset. I think you always go too hard on yourself that I need to stand out to actually earn more than the rest of the video editors. I need to stand out so that I can actually have a sustainable remote jobs. I think if you're thinking like that on standing out, you're always going to be in a battle with yourself. It's always going to be restricting your growth. You always feel the pressure, and that creativity juice will never flows into your mind, right? Sure, you can express, but never ever think that, hey, I need to stand out, because you guys are already standing out by actually putting in your feel, your creativity, and also your emotion into the video on the angles that you guys see best. I think you guys are already doing great. So just don't be hard on yourself, all right? So I think that's the motivation for today. And I think a lot of people are seeing this as a means to an end, but it's not. AI will come, AI will generate video ideas. They can even make videos from just a chat in ChatGPT, but they can never replace your sense of creativity, your sense of emotion, and your sense of feel that you actually pour out out into a video. And once you do that, keep sharing into the world so that people can actually see that feel, emotion, and creativity in the video itself. And that is probably it for the video. And yeah, hang in there, all the remote video editors. I think leave down in the comment section below of what was your biggest struggle or pain points as a remote video editor starting out working for a content creator, a business owner, or other industry. Yeah, just leave a comment down below. I'll be happy to discuss. So yeah, if you guys watch until the end of this video, I'm Aggie Steven. I talk about project management, remote work, and also mental health advices to the young adults out there who's struggling. So this is it. Like this video. If this video was somewhat valuable to you, please give a like, subscribe it, and get that notifications out because I publish videos every Sunday. So that is it from me and signing out. Goodbye.
No.